Welcome back to your own channel, that is Baijit's classes or English class. So today we are going to discuss the poem To a Nightingale or Ode to a Nightingale composed by John Keats. It's a wonderful poem composed by John Keats and one of the significant odes written in English literature or in English language. The poem Ode to a Nightingale was composed by John Keats in the year 1819, and later on it was published in the month July in the same year 1819 in the Quarterly Annals of the Fine Arts. Keats wrote this famous ode while he was residing at Hampstead in the house of one of his friends named Charles Armitage Brown. So in the spring of 1819, a nightingale had built a nest near A. Brown's house in Hampstead. And Keats felt great joy in her song, in the song of the nightingale. So one morning, Keats took his chair from the breakfast table to the grass plot under a plum tree. And there he just kept on listening to the song of the nightingale for 2 or 3 hours, and he decided to compose the ode. And he composed the ode there only. And it was composed, the whole poem was composed within a day. Though he made some alterations later on, but the whole poem was composed within a single day. So it suggests the fact that how much the poet was inspired or moved by the song of the nightingale, that there was no lack of inspiration in him to write the poem or to compose the poem, as composing a poem generally takes much time or more time, but here the poet not only starts writing the poem, he composed it also within the same span of day. So as I have said, it suggests the impact the Nightingale song had upon the poet, how much was the intensity of the songs, the impact of the song upon the poet, that is John Keats. The poem Ode to a Nightingale gives direct reference to the personal despondency, longing, dejections the poet was going through or had gone through in his life. While going through the poem, I would show you where are the lines or which are the references where the poet is making a direct reference to his personal longing, desires and anguishes, and of his personal losses. Here it's important to say that in the poem Ode to a Nightingale, the bird nightingale is not an ordinary bird of flesh and blood. Here the poet has taken the bird nightingale as a representative, as a resident of an ideal world, the world which is free from pains, miseries, dejections, losses, death, etc. And the world the poet lives in, or we are living in, the poet thinks this world is not an ideal world. The poet John Keats is so disappointed with the losses, dejections, despondencies, disappointments we are going through in this world. So to the poet John Keats, this world is not an ideal world, since this world is not free from pains and fevers and frights. Rather, he looks upon the world of the nightingale as an ideal world. So here the poet thinks that the bird nightingale is not of this world. It belongs to another world, an ideal world. So being dissatisfied with this present world, the poet wants to go or fly away to the world of Nightingale with the help of the Nightingale or taking the company of the Nightingale. So, the poet's desire in this poem is to leave this world and to fly away to the world of the Nightingale. This is the poet's desire here. And the symbol of Nightingale is very important in this poem. That's why, apart from saying you the summary or analysis, I thought it important to share this with you. The whole poem is divided into several stanzas, and today let's see how much can we complete. So here the date of the composition, date of publication, name of the publication into which the poem was published, and the name of the poet's friend, all these things are important, and the time of composition is also important, and the symbol of Nightingale, what does the Nightingale stand for, what does the Nightingale symbolize, these questions are important. So while going through the poem, we would also talk about the important questions, important references and phrases. Many references and phrases would come in the poem, and I want you to read them well. So in the poem Ode to a Nightingale, by John Keats, let's see what is there. So the poem begins as, "My heart aches." The poet means to say that the poet is feeling a kind of pain in his heart. It's not to be taken literally. The poet is not referring to any heart disease. Many a time we also feel pain in our heart, and it means that we are not suffering from any physical ailment. Rather, due to some incidents, due to some unexpected occurrences, we feel a kind of pain in our heart. And there could be several reasons behind this pain. My heart aches. The poet is saying that he feels a kind of pain in his heart. And a drowsy numbness pains my senses. And all his senses, all his sensory organs, sense organs, as if have got perplexed or have been paralyzed. His senses are not working. His senses are not active. As though of hemlock I had drunk. As if I have drunk hemlock. Hemlock is a poison which is believed to cause numbness, pain, and then death. So the poet means to say that he is feeling a kind of aches in his heart, and all his sense organs have been perplexed. He is feeling a kind of inertia or state of paralysis in his body, as though he has drunk hemlock. Here, let me tell you, dear friends, this is all the impact of the song of the Nightingale. When the poet listens to the song of the Nightingale, he instantly and immediately went through a kind of impact. And this is all the impact of the song of the Nightingale. Further, the poet is saying that, or emptied some dull opiate to the drains, or as if I have taken afim or opium, and those opium, the effect of those opium is now going through the veins of my body, veins which circulate blood. The effect of opium, as if I have taken opium, and the opium is now running through my veins. Here drains means the veins, the arteries. So as if I am feeling a kind of numbness because of the opium. But neither the opium nor the hemlock, the poet has taken nothing. It's simply and intensely the impact of the song of Nightingale, the song that the poet is listening to. And we also know that how much impact is there in a song. A song can make you feel sleepy, can make you feel active also. If you are listening to a patriotic song, then you would feel more active and charmed. And at the same time, if you are listening to some sweet tune, it would make you feel numb and sleepy. So whatever we see, whatever we listen to, that has a direct impact on our nervous system, and the fact is undeniably true here. The poet is not exaggerating the fact. Anyways, 1 minute passed, just a minute ago. 1 minute passed, that means just a minute ago, and lithe words had sunk, as if I have drunk water from the Leith river. This reference is important. Leith is believed to be Leith word or Leith is believed to be a river on the underworld. It is believed that the dead people who are dead, they drink water from the river Leith in order to forget everything of past, so that they can go to the other world after death. So Leith is believed to be a river of the underworld, and this Leith river is also supposed to have a oblivion effect upon the people who drink water from it. So the poet means to say that as if he has drunk water from the Leith river, and that's why he is in a state of forgetfulness, as if he is forgetting everything. Once again, this is also the effect of the song of the Nightingale. I hope you have understood the reference from River Leith here. Leith words had sunk. It's not through envy of thy happy lot. Here the poet is making it clear so that the Nightingale does not take him wrong. The poet wants to clarify the fact that, oh Nightingale, don't take me wrong. I am not feeling so because I am jealous of your happiness. Lot means condition. Here the Nightingale has been portrayed to be absolutely happy. We the human beings, are we absolutely happy? Are we happy absolutely? No, we the human beings are not happy absolutely. Absolute happiness goes away from an individual as an individual grows up. You can think of yourselves only. When you were a mere kid, then you used to be happy with a balloon. We used to be happy with a simple toy made of plastic. But if you buy an original one, any original product, then you won't be that much happy as you used to be then. In our childhood, we used to be happy with a toy gun. But today, if someone presents us, or if we buy an original gun, even then we won't be that much happy as we used to be in those days. So here the Nightingale has been portrayed to be absolutely happy, or to be a figure of absolute happiness. So the poet here is clarifying a fact that, oh Nightingale, don't take me wrong. My condition is so not because of that I have been jealous of your happiness. I am not jealous of your happiness. Your happiness has not led me to be jealous. I am not jealous of your happiness. Rather, but being too happy in thine happiness. Rather, because of being happy in thine happiness. That means the nightingale is so happy here, and seeing the happiness of the nightingale, the poet is also feeling so happy. So it's not through the envy of thy happy lot, but being too happy in thine happiness. Here, a good virtue of a human being has been explained here. This virtue is really quite rare, that to be happy in the happiness of others. In most of the here, actually two contrary states of human mind have been displayed here. That we generally be jealous, we generally feel jealous of others' happiness, and there are few people who be happy in the happiness of others. So here two contradictory or contrary states of human soul have been portrayed here. So the poet is not jealous of the nightingale's happiness, rather he is happy at the happiness of the nightingale. That you, light-winged dryad of the trees. Here the nightingale has been portrayed as a dryad of the light-winged dryad. Here, dryad means a kind of tree nymph. What a tree nymph is? According to Greek mythology, dryad, he thinks the bird as a dryad with its wings. So dryad is believed to be a kind of goddess which is supposed to reside in the trees and fly from tree to trees. So, and which can fly or which can change their location so easily. So here the nightingale has been portrayed as a nymph or as a dryad or as a goddess of the trees, which just reside in trees and leap and fly from place to place. So here the nightingale has been said or described as dryad, as a light-winged dryad. So light-winged, this phrase is more important here. Light-winged means you have wings and you can fly, and your wings are light in weight, and that's why you can fly anywhere. If we explain this phrase further, then what it means is that you don't feel any pullback. You don't feel any pullback. Nothing is pulling you from back. We the human beings are not free like you. We have several duties, bindings, accountability, and pullbacks. Yes, we just can't leave everything and leave the place, and we can't follow our desires and expectations and dreams all the time. Why? Because we are assigned with many duties, responsibilities, accountabilities. So our wings are not light, but you, the nightingale, on the other hand, a creature, a light-winged creature. That means your wings are not heavier. The duties, the accountabilities, the pullbacks, the fears, the despondencies, dejections have not made thy wings heavier. So your wings are free. You are free. Your wings are light, and that's why you can move from place to place. I hope you have understood the explanation here. In some melodious plot of beechen green and shadows numberless, singest of summer in full-throated is. And one can hear you singing in full throat. That means at high tone, at high pitch. One can hear you singing at high pitch, high tone. You are singing freely, easily. Nothing is stopping you. Nothing is stopping you from singing. Nothing is preventing you from singing. And you can sing freely. And your song is so spontaneous. Your song is so much unrehearsed. You need not go through any rehearsal. You can sing freely and you can sing spontaneously. You can sing boldly. So one can hear you singing boldly, spontaneously and in an unrehearsed way. In this time, so singest of summer, here the song of the nightingale has been described to have an effect of summer, as summer is believed to be a very pleasant season in the in those countries in England, because their winter is a very rare season, because those countries remain under the effect of winter most of the time, so summer is more enjoyable there. So here the song of the nightingale has been described to be as pleasing as the season of summer. So in this time, or at this time, one can hear you as one can hear you singing at a high pitch, more freely and boldly, with spontaneity. And you are singing in the midst of some plot. The plot has been described as melodious. I think it's an example of hyperlage or transport epithet. Actually, the plot is not melodious. The song is melodious, but the plot is in melody, is in harmony with the song of the nightingale. So from that point of view, I think the poet might have described the plot to be melodious. Here let me tell you, any question may come from here. They may also ask you the explanation of melodious plot if they are going to ask you descriptive questions in that case. Of beach and green and shadows numberless. So you are singing from a plot. You are singing somewhere from a tree, and your location is on a plot, or the tree might have been located on a plot, and you are singing from somewhere. You are not visible, but your song is audible to us, audible to the poet. And you are singing from some beach and green, and sunlight is just coming from the top of the sky, and as the place is just covered with the canopies of leaves and all that, shadows and lights are playing over there. And from that very place of light and shadows, you are singing from somewhere there, and your voice is only audible to us. I think imagination is important here. The way the poet is describing the scenario, I think you should also try to make a picture of that scenario in your mind. So that's all for today. I would soon appear with another video. I would talk about the remaining stanzas. What my intention is not to make lengthy videos and quick videos. What I want is that we would read a little portion, but we should read it in detail so that you can understand the poem better and deal or face the questions properly. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching this. And my humble request to you is to please subscribe the channel more and more. Thank you.